Ah, why do I do this to myself? Ratchet and Clank 3. How can it be? What's my mission? What are we doing? Rendezvous on Tyrannosis. Is that what that says? Okay, let's do this. I'm guessing this is the home world of those creatures, the Tyrannoids. Ooh. Pardon me. Pardon? I think it's the first time I've ever seen him like attach himself to his back. Just another little different thing, you know? Something I haven't seen before. Whoop. Oh shit. I'm not sure if I like those missiles. They come out of nowhere. No, that's a bit fair. That you're moving around dodging and then all of a sudden one just appears from out of the corner of the screen. That's a bit... Not sure about that. Don't like it. Okay, so... Those crates don't damage them. Annihilator. And my maximum health just went up again. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe that? Those guys seem to be doing all right on their own. Sort of, not really. Oh, because that guy won't pop around the corner to shoot, though. And except at me. So that'll probably be the thing, even though those guys will shoot at things. See, they only shoot at me. Oh, no, they're shooting at the other guy? I think they are. They seem to be more interested in me. That's for sure. I'll just go for the crates. Because I'm all about them bolts. All about the Benjamins. Where was that noise coming from?
jackpot crate multiplies all bolts and experience gained for a limited time.
Oh, it multiplies the experience as well. Oh shit. Jesus, that did half damage. That's insane. Alrighty.
Nice work, Ratchet. I'm coming in on the dropship now. Go, Ratchet! Get across that bridge. To access your world map, press select.
Oh. Where am I supposed to be going? Where's the swing shot? Don't seem to have it. Fuck's sake. How have I not got... one shot. Fuck's sakes. Oh. What? I'm all the way back there. What the fuck is that? So you come out of there. Well, there's the spaceship, so you start there. Something like that. Then you go over here. Okay. Okay, don't get shot by these guys. What the fuck is that fucking doing? I swear I literally just sit it down and then nothing's going... What? The fuck? Fucking fun. So I'm gonna smash that phone. Just starts like listening into me, going, "Oh, are you talking to me?" No. Why would I be talking to you? Who talks to their phone? That's what mental people do. I don't even do that with my phone. You know, like just wants to randomly listen in and be like, "Oh, is that me? You're talking?" No. When do I ever talk to you? You're a woman in the 1950s. Is there another one of those flying around? No. I'm sure there's more, but none directly. Yeah, hit it. Good. Yeah, the health is getting way... I don't know, I feel like things are doing a lot more damage to you a lot quicker in this game. Like very quickly there are just enemies that just sort of smash you to pieces. I feel like I'm noticing quicker death in this one. Ugh. Need to turn the aircon back on. It's getting hot. Where is it? Shut up, Alice. Oh, goddamn technology. What's this doing? Oh. I thought it wasn't responding. You gotta press a different... You can press start to pause, but you don't press start to unpause. That's a bit weird. I find that strange. Where am I supposed to go from here? You literally just go back to your buggy. Wow. That was generic as shit. Alright. What do you do with this door? What are you supposed to do with that? Does that open up afterwards or something? Or like, what's the deal there? What's the dealio? The monkey just mans the machine gun, the turret. Right? Boom. Oh, my health just went up again. There's an insane amount of health increase going on in this game. I remember there being a lot more upgrading, and it's definitely a what's the word I'm looking for? A valid memory. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Am I supposed to blow up other things? Was that what I was meant to go do over in that place that I just jumped off of? Like, was that what? Because I didn't notice any of those shield things. Probably went right past it. Like, oh, did you not see it? can't say I'm feeling the story of this one too much. I don't know. It just comes across as not generic, but it feels a little bit more by the numbers compared to the others. Like, even as I said, the villain in this one, he seems a bit more generic. Like, he doesn't seem to really have a specific attachment to Ratchet and Clank or anything. Whereas in the first one, it was like, you know, it was a bit more of a specific, I don't know, just there was, the first two had some sort of a connection in some way. This one I can't say I'm feeling that. Fuck. Yeah, I feel like these walls keep getting further and further apart, the ones where you jump between them. There's a lot of like just pushing of enemies off of things just with the power of them being shot. There's quite a bit of that going on. Oh, whatever. Look at that, 28, but then like that does 12 damage, so it's like, well, really giving me more health doesn't really mean a lot because you're just increasing how much damage they do. So it really means the same thing. It's like saying, you know, if you have 25 health and, you know, in the previous game and then they do 2 damage, but in this one you have 50 health and they do 4 damage. It's like, well, why change the values if it's just the same stuff, you know? It doesn't mean anything if you've just, it's essentially the same. Stuff off. But then it seems like they give you more health, but then those guys do tons of damage, but then it seems like the health that you pick up gives you the same amount of health. It's like, yeah, of course it does. The health there really feels like one of the things they flip-flop around on the most. I'm not sure if I quite understand their logic for changing that, because I can't say I had an issue with the quantity of health. In the previous games. Except maybe the first one where it was like you want more than 4 or 5, but then the second one it wasn't like it was over the top. Like in Crash Bandicoot, how they give you an insane amount of lives, that you just so easily build up lives in the first game. It just feels like you have far more than enough, and then in the second one they scale it back a bit, so you still kind of have plenty, but it just felt like they took it off crazy, like how many you kind of earn up. Was I just buying all ammo at once? Is that what that's doing? Where's that thing? Like, where's this other one? Go back down here. I don't think it was down this way. Make sure. I don't think it is, though. And there's that swing shot there. How am I supposed to use that? I don't get how I'm supposed to use... And it's not even telling me that, oh, you don't have it yet. every other time when you don't have a thing, like they say, you don't have this, it's not on this planet, you gotta go somewhere else and get it and then come back, and you're like, oh fuck, okay. You know, there's generally something like that happens. But see, that's not even anywhere near. See, on the map it looks like the vehicle and that thing are right together, but they're not. It's just because they're off the map. They're not close to me. So they're both in that direction. So look at, could those walls get any further apart? So I don't get where you're supposed to, like it's over there somewhere. Yeah. Like you gotta go over in that direction somehow. Oh, hang on, I see. You actually follow those. Yeah, okay. There's another little, it's not a level, but you know what I mean? Like there's another little sort of corridor to kind of follow. Okay. That's I don't know what. I'm only just noticing that now. Like whenever the gun last upgraded, it's doing that whatever you call that kind of splash damage effect of where you shoot one thing and then it electrocutes nearby enemies. I'm not complaining about it because it's good, but I'm only just picking up on that. Did I already have that? Boom. Bazoomba. Oh, now the door's gonna open or something. Or not, maybe they just rocket it.
Time to finish the job, Ratchet. Get moving.
She loves being on that screen, doesn't she? Keep forgetting you gotta press triangle for some reason. You press start to pause, but then you don't press start to unpause. It's the weirdest shit. Enter control room. Bam, 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 bam. Continue point. Yeah, those are always a thing. The first game didn't have enough continue points. The second one had a lot more, but it felt like it would have occasional spacings where they just was suddenly not present. Oh, this rings a bell. This point of view kind of thing. This suddenly randomly rings a bell, yeah. Oh, this, okay. Is this like, where's this on the scale? Is this like a, is this like the Tyrannoid leader? Or is this... I don't really have a rocket weapon, do I? Or missile weapon. Well, let me guess, they start walking in or something, or maybe it runs away. What's it doing? Oh, is this like some slow-mo stuff? Did they finally decide to start trying to copy? Oh, I see. They're doing this. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting thing to do, though, eh? Follow from the boss's point of view as they're chasing the character. I love that. They just shot some of their own. Oh, and then you enter another room that's basically exactly the same. That's about, I don't know if there's, what the point is to that, really. If you keep trying to lengthen the boss battle out, I wonder how many times that'll repeat. Or if it only happens when you get them down to a certain amount of health and then that's it. Probably just a certain amount of health. Oh, stuff off. Oh, and then my health went up again. Did you notice that? And then it actually went to full.
Captain Quark, first you made another miraculous comeback. Now you've defeated the Tyrannoids in a spectacular battle on their own planet. How do you explain your recent success?
Courage, compassion, dashing good look, iron hard abs. Seriously,
So not only is he actually sort of trying to make himself seem like a good guy again, it actually seems to be working. So like just after the all the loss of life that he seemed to be either, you know, aiding in the first one, you know, because he was supporting the villain in the first one, or actually directly responsible for in the second one, it just now he just seems to be, yeah, Hitler might have done what he did, but look at him patting that dog. Did you see Hitler patting that dog? Isn't that cute? Like, hang on, are we forgetting, like, you know, if he survived the war, and we're like, are you forgetting something? Like, yeah, no, we know he did what he did. Well, if you know what he did, what's with it? But look at him patting the dog, patting that dog over there. Who gives a shit? So they're still saying Geronimo. I know it's obviously a, you know, silly kind of game, but like, they're still saying Geronimo. So that phrase has carried through thousands of years, because this is apparently in like 5,000 and something, 8, whatever. So this is supposedly like in the future, you know, like it's not just in an alternate whatever. Supposedly this is in the future from now. So this is a few thousand years, and they're still saying Geronimo. It's like, well, the fact that we're hearing them in English is one thing. Maybe that's just a bit of a Hunt for Red October thing, where the Russians speak English when we're only around the Russians, you know, just for cinema. But the fact that they're actually saying Geronimo, they're saying, like, you know, phraseology that is attributed to now. I don't know about that.
Press square to attach the wrench to the bolt crank.
Why are they telling me that? Like, as if that's the first. It's not even the first time I've done that in this game. Let alone this is the third game. That'll be like getting to the last level, the last mission on like GTA, and then it's telling you press triangle to get inside a vehicle, and you're like, excuse me, what? But not only that, it's not only is it on like the last mission of like GTA, it's like the last mission on like GTA 5 or something, and you're like, excuse me, what? I kept thinking that thing was so sure going to hit me, and somehow I managed to. I thought, oh cool, I can hit those things from a distance without them hitting me. So, but somehow those guys were still shooting at me, even though the missile turret things were. I wasn't close enough to them, which you would think they would have like the longest of range. Like Trinity. Dodging gunfire. Yeah, I'm not going to hit that guy unless I get up here. You can't hit me there. Oh, whatever. Whatever. I swear I literally timed that to go with like the when he's firing from the other side, and then it was like no. Get stuffed. Oh, chicken dippers. What's that? Press? Do I press square? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's only the third game. And it's also only like the, you know, one of the multiple, after doing it multiple times, of having to, you know, that just seems weird that they asked me to do that. Or that they stated that as like a, they had that little tutorial insert. What's that? I press triangle to get inside the vehicle. I wasn't sure. Oh, somehow I got hit now, yeah. See, that's what I mean, those giant robots are bullshit. There's always like some enemy like that where they're just really sort of out, like, they sort of, they're kind of too, like, they're kind of too good. Yeah. Yeah. Where it doesn't make sense, like, sort of, especially given what they are. It's always something random as well, because that's how you know it's even like sort of bad, is because it doesn't make sense that that unit, that thing would be the thing that's so kind of weirdly good. Like the robots shouldn't be more powerful than the missile turret or the tanks. You know what I mean? Like they shouldn't take more damage, but somehow they are. It's just, that's where you know it's a bit shoddy. Didn't we make some fun gameplay? But didn't we really add, you know, add to the experience? Good God, can I just get a shot? And he's just running into the crates. Like, what's going on there? I swear it's just like, they just seem, their range just sort of seems to change with like however far away you are. Like if you're further away and then you start shooting at them and then like, oh, that was their range. No, it's further now because you've gotten the advantage of shooting at them further away. So no, we're going to change that. And then that guy's doing the same thing. He's trying to run into that exact same crate. What is going on with that? What's the deal with that? I don't know how much sense that makes. It seems a bit random. Random.
The mothership pad has been secured. Let's head back to base and get briefed for the next mission.
Get briefed. Dogfight over Kalu. What?
Use the left analog stick. Press X or L1 to ascend. Square or L2 to descend. Use the right analog stick to aim. And press circle or R1 to fire rockets.
Where am I going? I feel like the camera's changed. Like it's suddenly doing this, the camera's the other way around. It just seems idiotic that you would change it like that. Because I haven't changed the camera controls. They're the default to the game. So whatever the game's camera controls are, I've been using them the same like through all three games. Let him have it, Sarge! They definitely in this one have the most sort of gotten it to the level of like making it look like actual like military battles within this universe are taking place. Whereas in the first one you could tell that they like wanted to sort of make that, have that look in some of the levels, and they just, it was you know, not at all really giving that appearance. It just seemed like you were just going through a level and just fighting guys. Like, whereas they've really sort of, with the scale of this one, sort of gotten to the point of making it come across like, no, this is actually, you know, like a war, but not even just a war, like, which is obviously a war is multiple battles, really. You know, the way that a forest is multiple trees. Oh, it's a nice analogy there. Thanks for explaining what war is. We weren't sure until you used your stupid analogy, your stupid metaphor. Every tree is a battle. In every branch is a casualty. I don't know what the branches mean. If a forest is a war and a tree is a battle, then I don't know what each branch on a tree is. Is that just a trench? And so there's that mission's done. And the fact that you get like all these bolts for each of these missions, that's a new thing as well. You don't really get given bolts for accomplishing a mission, like an objective in the other two games. You might earn bolts doing it, which you still do in this, but like you don't get bolts for just doing it. Like in Grand Theft Auto, where like you get money for like doing a mission, but then you could also earn money during that mission, you know, by like killing people or whatever and picking money up off them or something.
The Tyrannoid base is protected by an impenetrable force field. We're still trying to figure out a way to get past it. In the meantime, Command wants you to take the...
Seems kind of insane that I could then just go and cause all this destruction with one ship. Oh shit. What the hell? But like, what's the point even really? Like, obviously, like, I appreciate the help, but you know, what's really the point in sending in all the other guys if I can just use this one ship and cause all this destruction by myself? You know, like if I had to be supported by the other guys, I would understand. But I'm actually got to be careful of those missiles, though. Which, so I should be, you know. And I got more health. Oh, fuck off. I should really be going for those first. They're kind of the most worrisome thing, really. What are those robots doing talking in the background? Like, what are they even doing? I'm not even... H26! Do they have numbers for names? That's their, Oh, and you're earning a lot of bolts as well. The final battle. And then there's probably a ton of them. Well, this is simple, and then it'll be super hard. Oh my god, no! Ambush! See, the fact that they can shoot at you from a distance, but then they try and run so close to you, like, it's really weird and sort of strange. Like, I don't know, it's there's some odd stuff going on when they can just, when you could shoot, you then try shoot at them from this great distance and they'll then shoot back at you, but it's like, well, why do they try run up so close to me then? Then still shoot me. They're not trying to run up to me and attack me at close range, like they're literally just trying to run up and... Oh, you don't aim down at them, eh? See what I mean? Those things can shoot me from so far away, and yet they're like trying to shoot, like run up. Like what? Seems a bit, makes it look a bit forced. Like they're obviously trying to force them to, because any old ordinary time they just shoot at me from these great distances. Because they're trying to force this sort of like thing of them charging at you, but then it makes it, you know, different to what they would otherwise normally do if you just left to their own devices. $35 health. My health's gone up such an insane amount just in this one stream. It's just it's crazy. Those mech things are definitely the most troublesome, I find, like at close range. Oh, stuff off. Oh, and then all of a sudden, yeah, sort of mean, just, yeah. 20 damage, just doing 20 damage, like that. See what I mean? Like the strafing function. Like, how badly do you need the strafing function in this one? And then you can't even hit that guy. Like, you can't shoot up, like, not without him, but he keeps continuously shooting at you. So when do I get the chance to shoot at him? Like, right now. But then see, that time, it didn't take it back to full health, so I don't get what the deal is with the health. The final battle, we did that. Return to your ship. Feels a little bit streamlined, some of these missions, by putting them into these little arena things, boxes that they do, like as they've done. Oh, my health's back to full. Okay. See, like everything that takes place in those arena, like those missions as well, like your ammo and all your health and everything goes back to full. It really, it's like in Final Fantasy 13. Like in every other Final Fantasy game before that, you know, like you go into a battle and then you have to like heal during the battle and everything, and then at the end of the battle, if your characters weren't on full health, well, that would carry over into the next battle. But in Final Fantasy 13, like your health would just be back at full in the next battle. So you literally only had to use potions and any kind of healing stuff during a battle. If you made it through the battle, then your characters were just back at full health. That seemed like a worthwhile weapon to buy. Like fires mini missiles. The Annihilator. I never realised that vehicle had sleds at the front of it. I thought it had wheels. And it also puts the missions all on one. Are you serious? And it actually says the optional missions are optional. Like, whereas in the other games you sort of had to gauge them and you could sort of figure out that, yeah, that seems like it's optional. Like I don't need to do that. But maybe there might be something in that you did. But most of the time you could kind of figure it out, as you saw me do. But like then, this one actually tells you. Like, yeah, that's optional. You don't have to do that. Return to the Phoenix. It does seem like a very streamlined game, this third one. No wonder they went in the direction of just the arena shooter that they did in the fourth one. Like almost like they were getting a bit sick of making these games and they were just trying to like maybe just crank out another one. They were trying to clank out another one.
Closer, even closer. Click, click. With blaster jam. No way. What happened next? So, this is the mighty Q force I learned so much about.
What's he saying?
Pathetic. I could obliterate the lot of you, and they wouldn't even mention.
And he's also just like a generic villain. It's not like that sort of that the character in the second one who turned out to be that chick who seemed like a bit of a generic supervillain-y kind of person, sort of. But then you realise they're like, oh no, they're not. There's actually more to them. Like they're actually a good guy. Not that they have to turn and become a good guy, but just that, you know, there was a layer of complexity that was revealed there, you know. Whereas this guy just, it's really just he's utterly just sort of generic villain, you know. Like the bad guy in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's good, he suits that movie for what it needs to be. That's all he needs. That's all that movie needs is a villain like that. But he is just sort of a you know, kind of insert villain here, and it's well acted and everything. I'm not saying it's badly done, but it is just sort of it's the stock. It's what that sort of story needs in that place, you know, for that character. It just needs a villain like that. It doesn't need, you know, like the villain in the second movie, the dad, he wouldn't work in the first movie in that, you know, role because it's a different thing. It's like in the first one, they just sort of needed a character that was leading the bad guys, you know. That voice that person's doing sounds like, I forget that guy's name, but the guy who would do the lifestyles of the rich and famous. We're going to go behind the scenes and see how the people of Hollywood live. And the mega millionaires like Donald Trump. Whatever that guy was who would have that sort of, you know, certain English accent. But it's the way he would talk, like just this. We're going to go behind the scenes and discover what makes what makes the elites of the world work, and what makes them tick. Complete VR gadget training. Helga. Is Helga the big robot chick? Yeah, of course she is.
Actually, we were hoping we could just pick up the gadgets and split. We have a spaceship to catch.
Alright. Ha! You're a slacker.
Those platforms can be activated with the hypershot.
The hypershot.
The green object is a hypershot target. Press
Oh,
to
look
connect
at
to the
that.
target.
Oh, for fuck's
Release the
sake.
button to let go. Use
That's
L.
funny. That's funny. They've literally turned the dynamo. Oh, is it the dynamo? Yeah, they've turned the dynamo and the swing shot into one weapon. Now, yeah, that's very much. That's very much a case of
Press square to collect the green code snippets. Press circle to destroy the red defense programs. The blue
What?
defenses are indestructible.
Okay. I'm guessing these things start moving quicker or something as the game goes along. So I'm sure the difficulty of this will increase, but it seems like, you know, I'm saying this now like I'm sure it seems simplistic, but I'm sure the difficulty of this will increase, but it is very simplistic, this it's like doing surgery in what was it in what's that movie? Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Another Final Fantasy reference there. A Final Fantasy movie, I think overall that the regular public didn't understand. And I'm not sure if Final Fantasy fans really actually enjoyed it either. I think some people did, like some people enjoyed it, but I think overall it's sort of it was a bit like everyone was like, what is this? It's so kind of different to Final Fantasy.
The blue defenses are indestructible.
You know, each of them is different, but it was so different to like the parameters that they're normally even within. That the spirits within of Final Fantasy are within. Oh, what, and you do another one, do you? Oh, I see. Not that I'm going to do it, but I wonder what happens if you try collect the red ones. Does that fail you, or...? It doesn't feel like they're getting quicker, it just feels more like more's going on. So you're trying to backwards and forwards, just juggle. Hurry up, Lombax. Like, how dare you just refer to me like that? That's weird that they've got the thing that they just... See what I mean? Wouldn't they all have... Like, normally you'd be swinging from them. And you did it to, like, randomly from, like, one of them. But most of them, he's just literally going directly towards them. It's just a bit... I don't know. Seems a bit strange how they would set it that way. Considering how the other games would normally have certain kind of, you know, things. I'd still tell...
Press circle to destroy the red defense programs.
Why is it still telling me?
Defenses are indestructible.
I've skipped it. Why is it still telling me? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Goddamn cat. Once I start streaming, it suddenly wants attention. Oh, and there's another one. Oh. A dream within a dream within a dream. I bet you when... What was Christopher... What was Christopher Nolan like when he sat down, when he laid that script down on the table, you know? After writing Inception, when he sat that down, and I bet you he was like, fuck yeah. Like, I bet you he thought he was just... You know, I'm not trying to say he's arrogant or whatever, but I bet you he did sort of think like to himself, hey, like, I've just come up with some fucking... shit, you know, not like bad, like some bullshit, but like, you know, but he's like, I've just come up with something, you know, like, I've really just, you know, I've got something to show, you know. Planet Dax. Planet Daxter. Dax and Jackster. Infiltrate the weapons facility. Yeah, like the story feels a bit fragmented in this. Like it just, and it's not because of like a multi-choice go whatever direction necessarily thing. It's just it feels like, yeah, we're just going from one level to the next. Like it really feels like this in this particular one. Like they've tapped out, you know that. They just, yeah, we've got to do another one, do we? Okay, we'll just, and then they've tried to just streamline it and just take as little effort as possible. They've added some new shit in, but really, like, it feels like there's a bigger jump between the first and the second. Like, they've changed some stuff around, but really there's more of a... Shut up, Al. They've really just sort of, gone, yeah, we've got to do another one, okay, get it done. Oh, now he's swinging from that one to that one. Okay. Their shots don't seem to move that fast either.
Congratulations to employee JX34.
These guys, yeah. Conversely, these guys though are just oh god. I didn't realise that it was going to rip through that fortification. Oh yeah, I can hide behind that and wait. And then it's like, well, hang on, maybe not. Maybe I need to keep moving. I bet you the annoyance with these guys will come into the fact of how many of them there are, and being in a tightly enclosed space with them, and or like other guys more being around them. It won't be like them as such themselves. It's really just particular other circumstance going on around them. You want to jump up there? Yep. How are you supposed to bring that down? How are you... Oh, button. I probably wasted most of that multiplier. Oh. There things off to the side of me? What's hitting me? What is is it just their shot? I feel like I'm dodging it and then just somehow I'm getting hit with their weird little like Bowser, like original Super Mario Brothers Bowser fireballs for ammo.
All organic life forms report to Sector 8 for immediate execution. Thank you for your cooperation.
It's weird that they would just have an announcement like that saying, all organic life forms proceed to this area for execution. Like you think they would just, yeah, I'll go there. Mini turret glove, I don't remember that. Mini turret glove. What happened to that missile launcher thing that the Annihilator? Is that in my... There it is. Okay. Yeah. This is like... Yeah, they've had weapons like this before. Oh, those things. That's actually an enemy from the previous ones. Look at that blast from the past. It does feel like this game's trying to include a bit more of stuff from the previous ones than say like the second game was just utterly trying to just do different stuff. Whereas this, it feels like this game's actually trying to now harken back in certain ways, have certain things of like, yeah, we're going to this place again, or we're going to do that enemy again, you know. Yeah, give me ammo for that. Yeah, that's what I really want, eh? Wow. That's what you really want. Now they just call it the hacker. Wonder how many of these I'm going to have to do for this. I bet you if you fail one of these, like, you know, if you get through a few of these, like a couple of these, I bet you have to go back to the start. Like, you don't continue doing the same, you know what I mean? Like this here, the second one. I bet you if you failed the second one, you have to go back and do the first one again. I could guarantee it. Well, thought I almost collected one of them there, but was the last one I needed. Yeah, I feel like that thing sort of misses them slightly, and then, yeah, it doesn't home in on them. Maybe it will later on. I thought they were meant to home in on them. I guess not. Maybe they will when that level's up though. That could be a thing. I'd like to hope so. I feel like in the other games they sort of, that kind of weapon did. That's interesting. That's a point of difference. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck's sakes. Are you serious? I'm back there. Oh, all those puzzles and stuff better be done. I think they will be. Generally the puzzles are still done. Oh, God. Oh my God, did you hit it, mate? Jesus Christ, it feels like it's just purposely trying to not...
Are you interested in a career in the exciting fields of building security, execution, or VCR repair? Visit the job fair on level 2.
Okay, so smash these open. Oh, so that doesn't come back though. Okay. Doesn't seem to do any splash damage. I'm not sure the other ones did. I don't think they did. The other weapons like that. Oh look, did that upgrade again? Oh, it actually changed names now. There we go. So it was going up through those different levels. I feel like you lose track of it though. That's why sort of the numbers was sort of nice, because you know exactly what, you know, I don't know if it tells you anywhere else exactly like how many upgrades it's gone through. Whereas at least you get a sense of like, okay, I'm up to the 7th upgrade or something, you know. Why is that not shooting at that? That should be shooting at that. What? Like, it still doesn't want to aim at it. Yeah, fuck off. Whatever. Where it just doesn't want to aim up at it, like auto aim up at it. I feel like almost the auto aim in this one, like, somehow isn't as good as in the second one. The auto aim in the second one was primo. It was better than the first one. It was great. It almost feels like it's not quite as good in this one.
This weapon upgrade features a lock-on mod. To lock on to enemies, press and hold L2 and R2.
Would you just die already, mate? Do me that favour. Jeepers creepers. That gave me back a little bit of health. Just a little bit. So where was that coming from? Was it that was just coming from nowhere?
Security breach in Sector 5. All units respond.
Oh, so he shoots and maneuvers, does he? But yeah, I can't, yeah. I feel like in the second game that would have been targeting him, and in this one it's not. Almost wondering if the second one's maybe the best, actually. That might be an opinion that I come to. It's not necessarily that each one gets better. It's like almost like they learned to, got to the best point and then somehow they overstepped and went beyond the best it was going to be. Oh, I think that's the same point that I died before as well. I feel like that gun aims a little too, like sort of seems to shoot a little too quickly. Like, I don't know if there's any opportunity to really dodge that. I guess I sort of did just then, but it wasn't as much through him shooting at me and me avoiding it. It was sort of like him sort of more doing grenades than anything. You know, and just luck of the draw. I don't know if they are moving quicker necessarily. Maybe they are a little bit, but it more feels like just a lot like more stuff's going on, and you're just trying to, you know, go between all the different things. It's interesting that they sort of run and shoot like they're strafing as well. But something that you don't really see, I think, the enemies do in any of the other games. But they're kind of doing it there. That's a bit of a new... Jesus. Oh my god. Holy shit. Sort of like didn't want them to seal me off. Just like I need to get ahead of it, you know. So I don't want to be fighting them to the left and the right of me and everything all at once. I thought there was a guy around there. So I get all of them. Sort of the advantage as well of when you're shooting one guy with this, you're also hitting the guys to the side of them with the energy, with the electrical splash damage. Which wasn't really a thing that any of the machine gun type weapons and the other ones did. I feel like at some point soon I'm gonna... oh, fuck. That's the first one I've shot of those by mistake. I'm gonna fail one of these soon, I reckon. Oh, you've doubted yourself now, Daniel-san. Now you will. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I bet you this is the first one. Yeah, that was starting to get hard. There's just too many of them. I feel like maybe they are moving a bit quicker. It's not dramatically though. I think it's sort of, maybe they're moving a little bit quicker, like they're just slowly increasing the speed of them. But it's because of the fact that they're also just throwing all this shit at you. Oh god, that's just crazy. There's just too much shit going on there. There's no way you can actually juggle all that. Fucking hell. That's already getting complicated, like so complicated. And I've done a bunch of those already, but I still feel like there's so many of those probably still to go. Is that like a Death Star kind of thing, is it?
It does not look good. Bio-obliterator? Huh. I see what you mean. What exactly does it do? That information...
Wouldn't that be like the next level of Death Star for the Empire to make in Star Wars? Would be like a quantum, you know... is that quantum? No, a neutron star or something? You know, and it's like it literally just fires an energy weapon that like doesn't destroy the planet, but it just kills everything on the planet.
We better check it out.
Kills all the, you know, just kills all the life forms on the planet or something.
For immediate execution.
That'd be quite a crazy level. That could have been another way for them to have gone instead of having, I suppose, like doing the bigger Death Star is one thing, and it fires a sort of a cluster thing that sort of goes from one planet to the next and kills a galaxy at a time. But the idea of it doing a thing like that is even scarier, because it's like, yeah, you just shoot it at one planet at a time. It's just hitting a planet at a time, but it's actually allows you to control that planet, like, because you're getting rid of everything off of it, as opposed to just destroying planets and them being gone for everyone. That's like the nuclear. Essentially, that's the nuclear bomb, you know, where you're just sort of ruining it for everyone. Whereas like a neutron bomb, you know, kind of thing, where it's like a neutron star. Check out the dock area behind the main building to make sure you don't miss any. So there's something else I can do. Is that where I was before? Max out ammo. See, there's even like just a singular one there for just you buy all ammo now. It's just further streamlining, as I mentioned, you know, where it's just you notice yourself just doing less and less, and the game becoming more and more of just a, you know, even the fact that those two gadgets have just become the one gadget now. It's interesting that you have to get that gadget to do that, but yet you know, it just seems to do what you've done with other gadgets that you already have. So that's kind of an odd, you know. I bet you those things get destroyed. Yeah, I remember that. How did he... Did I not even need to equip that? Are you serious? Are you serious? That feels kind of weird not having that equipped but still being able to do that. That's a bit odd. I almost feel like you need to... No, I just want to equip it just to know, you know? Because otherwise it feels kind of strange. You can do it without it. That's another streamlining thing. You don't even need to equip that thing now. I almost feel like you should have to. It's weird without it. Yeah, it feels kind of weird that it does that without it. That kind of puts me off. Like, now you don't even need to equip it. It's like, well then almost why have it in your quick select, you know? Why would you ever have it in your quick select if it just does it, you know? But then there's sort of the certainty. It feels like there's a certainty with having it selected, because you know you're aiming at it or something. And then it just sort of teleports or whatever slipstreams out of there. What's up? When do you battle it? Battle it. Is this it? Maybe not. Not yet. that the return to ship? Is that what that is? Yeah. Yeah, I think this is it. Where is it? Not a fair bit of damage to it, really. Oh shit. It's like a laser beam that you gotta... Okay, well that doesn't want to aim at him. See, I feel like in the second game that should have been aiming at it, that should have been targeting it. And now I've got to like jump. Fuck off. Are you fucking serious? Can I jump over to there and get that health? I bet you're gonna do that afterwards. It's almost dead. I feel like it just gets infinitely hard. Like, those rockets just chew through so much of it though. Oh, he's sort of hitting it there, yeah. Sort of aiming at it. Where's he going? Boom. Weird little sort of like boss battle there. Oh, but yeah, that quantum one. See, is it weird that nano, that time it gave me full health again? But yeah, other times it doesn't, so I don't get why sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It's quite strange. It's like it just gives you a random amount. Courtney Gears.
Remember that bombshell handing out prizes on Annihilation Nation?
Ah, yes. Her specifications were remarkable.
Yeah, well, she's not the hottest pop star in the galaxy because of her singing.
That is odd. It appears this computer was recently used to edit one of her music videos.
Oh, let's watch it. I mean, you know, it may contain a clue or something.
That's weird. Ratchet's interested. He's aroused by a robot chick. Normally it's Clank that's after the robot chicks. It's such like music of the time though, of like when this game came out, 2004, of like the sort of 90s to early mid 2000s, of like that sort of, you know, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, whatever. Disney Struppet. Shut up. Well, that wasn't good. Is she trying to brainwash robots like propaganda?
Years may be in league with Dr. Nefarious.
Yeah, who knew? She always seems so sweet and innocent in her videos. Well, except for that one with
And you know, and the innuendo of Ratchet and Clank as well was always, yeah, quite funny. Like, it wasn't exactly adult humor, but it sort of was. It was something like that everyone could sort of understand, you know, or everyone could have, they would find funny or see something in. A little bit Chin Pokemon or something, I don't know, reminds me of that, but with her being the, you know, doing the propaganda music video. Oh, those sort of things. Why did I not take those on before? What's this area? What the fuck? I swear there's something buzzing around my face. Freaking me out. So is there any more actual missions on this, or? No, see, that's a different place. So wherever I'm going, it's not a mission. Going over here. Fuck off. Oh, it did kill it. Yeah, the auto aim's definitely a little bit, the vertical sort of thing of the auto aim's a bit handicapped in this one, I feel, like compared to the second one, where it wasn't crazy, it didn't feel over the top or like too easy or anything. It feels like they've just reduced it, like the up and the down of how the auto aim, you know, the height of where it'll catch things. Oh shit. Ah, oh, fuck off. And then see that time? No. Oh, whatever. Oh, fuck off. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to go that way anyway. Stuff off. It's not part of the mission, so go away. It's not part of the story. Oh, I feel like that was bullshit. It shot me from behind there. Nah. This camera whatchamacallit. That doesn't make any sense because you said the whole word and then you said whatchamacallit.
Can we talk to Sasha?
You only would say that if you had didn't have an understanding of the word. You said the word. I might go do this other thing first. Repair the satellite laser links, whatever that seems to be a mission I've got to do. I wonder how long this one is. I don't remember how long the second game is. I mean the third game. Oh, I feel like that rings a bell. Like this, yeah. Oh shit. Phone's in the bloody way. Yeah, I feel like that level rings a bell, like just the architecture of it. Let's have a look-see. Having a little read of the reviews as well, it's just interesting. Reviews noted that many of the weapons fall into standard categories while others were unique. GameSpot claimed that the variety gives you a lot of different ways to take on the opposition, but concluded that the standard weapons like the shotgun and machine gun equivalents are definitely the most useful. IGN praised the plasma whip and the infector in particular, and praised the strategy involved in using weapons, claiming that certain guns will be damn near ineffective against specific opponents, for example, so you had to be ready to use your brain as well as your trigger finger. Well, it's sort of like that away in the second one, you know, we're in the first one, we're like the Visibomb gun or whatever, like you can't use against basically any fight of the final bosses or stuff, you know, like you got to use other stuff, or certain things you can't, but there are things you can and things you can't, but it's not because it doesn't damage them, it's just you don't really get much of an opportunity. And then it depends how much damage it does to them, like the Visibomb guns, just they've cucked it completely in the second one, but it's just the fact of do you get an opportunity to use it, and that because you're running around all the time. and you don't have any cover to go to. Many reviewers claim that the game had moved past the platforming roots of the series. GameSpy stated that Going Commando saw Ratchet and Clank evolve into something of a hardcore action/shooting game, and Up Your Arsenal follows faithfully in its action-packed predecessor's paw prints. Oh, look what they did there, paw prints. While IGN noted that the game had almost completely moved away from its status as a platformer. Yeah, it doesn't feel very platformy, compared to the other ones. Like the platforming stuff of it feels very streamlined. Like even the thing of, as I said with that hypershot thing, how it's actually two devices in one. It's the swing shot and the dynamo, and you don't even need to have it equipped to use it. So that's definitely all that streamlining stuff I was talking about. IGN described the missions as more varied than past games, which they are. I'll definitely agree with that, giving praise in particular to the Quark vid comics and called the mission variety phenomenal. Eurogamer also praised the Quark vid comics and claimed that Insomniac has been careful to intersperse a few well-crafted and thoroughly enjoyable interludes that do the job of breaking the game up without making it feel contrived, as opposed to trying to shoehorn multiple genres into the game. They talk about the multiplayer that was well received. IGN listed Up Your Arsenal as the 18th best PlayStation 2 game released, while Games Radar listed it as 9th best. Complex listed it as 12th best, and Destructoid referred to it as a pinnacle of the 3D platformer for its generation. Up Your Arsenal became Insomniac's fastest selling game ever made at the time, which they attributed to Sony's marketing for the game. In the US alone, it sold 2.15. Well, but then it's like, I'm not saying that it was then critically badly received, but like the the Ratchet and Clank 3, but like, and the same as this, but like the Hangover 3 made a lot of money to start with, because it was, there was the success of the first two movies and people were expecting that, and then it was just nothing like them. Not that it had to just be repetitive the way the second one was of the first one, but it didn't even stick to that structure that they had at all, and story structure, and it was a lot more dramatic as well than actually funny. So it wasn't like, they didn't stick to the story structure, but it was still really funny when they did something different, but it was still funny. It's like, that would be all good, but it literally veered away from even the genre that it really should be. So you think you're really going to go see a comedy, and you're really watching this sort of diluted drama that's following characters that were in comedy films, and it's sort of like a what? Like, so yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. I was wondering if it was like shorter at all. They hadn't mentioned about it being shorter, but I was wondering if it was actually shorter just because of how streamlined it feels. Like, does it end up feeling shorter or anything, or is it actually shorter? There's still quite a ways to go, but I'm already up to... The pair soon discovered that they needed to find Courtney Gears, so that's where I'm up to, which is like... It's a fair ways through the plot description. There's still a bunch of plot description to go, but it literally feels like it's like almost maybe half of the way through the plot description. Like, that's where I'm currently up to in the game. Yeah, it's just kind of interesting how far through the game that sort of is, you know, where we sort of seem to be up to. Interesting. I feel like I've come like a lot through this game. It does sort of feel maybe it is a bit shorter then, because it feels like I've already done so much of it. What was this? The refractor, I think? Yeah. Oh, it's, yeah, the bouncy thing. Yep. So I think you got to follow the energy beam, eh? I think that's sort of the idea. There must be some enemies over here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. I knew there'd be something. Thinking there's no way I'm just literally moving those lasers around. Yeah, I remember reading, what was it, the first game or something, or whatever, and thinking, oh, I must be through it or something, or whatever, and then realising, oh, I think it was the first one where I thought, oh, yeah, must be a good way through it. This third stream or something's going to be near the end, and then it was like, no, hang on, there's still a few more streams to go. Just, you know, the amount that there was still to go. I'm trying to remember what this was for though, like why we were doing this as a mission, like what had happened here that the bad guys had done. Oh shit. Those things also fly up now. I swear they didn't fly around. I don't remember those flying around like that. Maybe they did. I don't remember them sort of flying up and, you know, down or whatever. And the other ones, I thought they sort of just, you know, so if you're on a platform above them, they were essentially just, you know, hang around at the base of it, trying to, you know, aimlessly get up to you. Is that where I was supposed to be heading? Like somehow getting up to there? I thought that was going to sort of lead me to where I needed to go. Maybe not. Maybe I went the wrong way. Maybe I went the wrong way. Okay, that force-fielded one, there's got to be something about that. That's got to be some sort of end point that I'm getting to or something. It's got to have some relevancy, surely. Is this potentially a... Is there another one of those somewhere? I can hear that thing of them floating around, but I don't see them. I don't remember being over here. I think this must be the right direction. Here we go. It'd be cool if you could like slice all those asteroids away, those meteors, all that asteroid belt. That'd be cool. Where am I going now? Over there. How do I get to there though? Like what? Doesn't really feel like it's giving me a route. What's that doing? When you activate that? Does that stay activated? Nah, it's just turned off. You're like, what's that doing? It'd be nice if that actually showed me what that was doing. That seems a bit useless. So I've got to get up to there, but really I just need a jump thing. There we go. Okay. So yeah, it turns that off. Okay, I sort of thought that was going to happen. Now, which one was that again? Is that it over there? Is that what that one was? Or did I go up to that one? I think I might have. It's the annoying thing, when it had the force field around it, it was at least you could tell which one it was. Now I don't know. Shit. Which one was it? Wasn't it like the highest up thing or something as well, I thought? Oh, and it just shows that as the... That's kind of cool that that's the world map. Can you zoom in or out? Oh. That's kind of cool. Is that it over there, maybe? One with the trees on it, with the lasers now going? Because where's the laser ending up now? Am I supposed to still be following it? It feels like, I think that was meant to be, wasn't that meant to be it? Now it's, I thought it was in a loop. Like it's looping around, and that's what we're trying to get it back into that pattern. Oh, shit. I think there's no fall damage. Geez, that barely does that. That's weak as hell compared to the other ones. Okay, I've literally lost like where I'm supposed to be going. And then looking at the world map doesn't really show you. It really doesn't feel like it's helping a lot. That's just where the spaceship is, yep. It's ending up at that one. There, okay. Is that where I'll... It's over that way, I think. I think that's right. Probably need to kind of look up and pay attention. Is that... I think that's it. No. Oh, that's not it. Because that's where the bloody spaceship is. That's it, I think. Yeah. It was another one of those platformy kind of man-made things. Fuck it. Oh. Oh, yeah, don't double jump. That's right, dickhead. Yep. Don't do me any favours. I still don't get what that's doing. Oh shit. Maybe equip that. Oh, for fuck's sake. I feel like I was just going around in circles. Like it was easy actually doing all that stuff and then just actually getting wherever that thing is. It was just like that final platform. It's just, where is it? Like it just feels like it's not there. Is that, and then you look at the world map, you're like, yeah, okay, there it is over there. Like that's it there, isn't it? So that's the direction I'm looking in. Is that the direction to go? Yeah, so it's like straight ahead of me. That's it there. So that's it. I just need to get up there. God damn it, that was all. There's literally just that there. Jeepers creepers. Any other weapons? The disc blade gun, that's just the chopper. So at least the name chopper was a bit unique. The disc blade gun, it's like, why did you choose to call it a word, like a real basic just name? Couldn't you have even just put some effort into like coming up with another name, or just, but even if you didn't want to do that, just call it the name before? Like, oh no, we don't want to call it, we want it to be different. It's like, yeah, come up with a different name. Oh, disc blade gun. Like, wow, that's uninteresting as shit. Oh, fuck off. So I'm not even sure what this point of this mission is. Like, why am I even here? I'm not even clear on like what happened here that I'm addressing, you know? Did they get destroyed? It doesn't seem like they did. But he did. Yeah, and then where do I go from here? So you jump up to here and then where? It's another one of these things. Is that a grind rail? Oh no, I see. It's like an underside sort of clingy thing. Oh, I see. Oh. Okay, that's like a slightly more powerful beam, or not beam, but like blast of energy that they're shooting. Like a bigger, I assume it's more powerful. It's definitely more pronounced than those little pop sort of rounds I was shooting before that literally look like the fireballs that Bowser spits out in like the original Super Mario. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, that's a great camera angle to revert to, like when I'm trying to shoot at guys ahead of me. But yeah, do a sort of a Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 camera angle all of a sudden. Yeah, that's great. .43 health. It's definitely a number. Oh shit. Okay, so there's a guy there, is there? Okay. What was that now? Where's he gonna go? He's gonna move. I feel like he's just firing a little bit longer just because. Oh, fuck off. And I feel like that just goes quicker just because you're like, yeah. Yeah, stuff off. I should just use that from the get-go. What am I doing? You know?
Cover me.
What an idiot.
It's alright, Skid. The fight's over.
Yes.
Yeah! No.
Man.
Everyone on his side is all just a muppet. That all just takes credit and seems to contribute nothing. What's this? Why did we go up here though? Like, what was the whole purpose of this? Ultimately. No, I mean like on missions. I want to look at the missions. Save Blackwater City. That's a place we've been to before. Blackwater City. But it doesn't even tell you the planet. It's just literally saying the city. Yeah. I definitely feel like this game had the least amount of effort put into it. Like they just, you know, tried to crank out another one. Still not even telling me what city it is. I've got to jump out and do this, do I? Oh, stuff off. Oh, fuck. Get stuffed.
Glad to see you, Sarge. The Noids are getting ready for a major attack against our base. Incoming!
Whoa. He's taken a bit of shot. Bit of the old buckshot.
Enemy aircraft! The Noids are dropping in reinforcements!
See what? Why is it not shit? Because they're like forced to be like running. It's like the shit shouldn't just be stopping and shooting.
Incoming saucers!
Oh, barely.
The Noids are coming across the bridge!
Oh, would you just... Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? All of that, and then I just randomly run off the bat, and then I... Oh,
Attack against our base.
that's bullshit. I'm noticing the enemy suddenly taking a fair bit more damage, you know, ammo to chew through.
Enemy aircraft! The Noids are dropping in reinforcements!
Once again, another sort of arena level. There's a lot of just these repeat arena things. It's clearly a certain kind of gameplay style that like people that for some reason they were leaning towards at this point in time. They thought they could get away with like, yeah, we'll just, you don't even have to do a whole big proper game anymore. You just keep sort of hocking off these like, you know, just little bits of platforming just between lots of arena stuff. And then with the fourth one, they were like, what if we just do an entire arena thing? We might get away with that.
The Noids are coming across the bridge!
Oh, stuff off. It follows the... What? Oh, no. I think it was just... No, I don't know. It's bullshit. Bullshit. I feel like the shotgun... You seem to have to hit them with a lot of ammo from the shotgun to do anything. And then they keep using the same music in every single one of these parts of the game. So there's a lot of repetition actually going on. They talk about a lot of mission variety, and it's like, oh yeah, no. There's different kinds of missions compared to the first two, but like it's really just I don't know if I'd say different, you know, variety overall.
Let's go, Sarge. We've had orders to neutralize.
Well, I don't need to even use the vendor unless I want to buy more stuff, buy new weapons, because it refills my ammo. That's the other thing that sort of seems a bit cheap. It's not like I've got to spend the money myself. Yeah, I think I'd give the second one the best review out of the three thus far, based on my, you know, playing thus far of the third one, which I do seem to be supposedly in quite a way through the third one.
The noise are storming the bridge.
Is that the bridge? Yeah. I don't want to die.
Objective secure. We have captured the bridge.
Yeah, it just feels too easy compared to the other ones. It feels a lot more streamlined.
Sarge, somebody needs to get behind those noise and take them out.
I don't even really have to get behind them. I'm just going to take them out.
The enemy base and wipe these slime suckers off the planet.
Slime suckers.
Hey, man, we're not going near the base until
No one's calling me fuzzball nowadays. Now it's all... Oh yeah, we won't go near it, but we'll send one person. Isn't that the thing, how you defeat things like that in war, is you just throw lots of human life, you know, lots of lives at them?
Heads up. Enemy sources. Sarge, we're getting pounded by enemy saucers. We need backup. Oh, that was some fancy shooting, Sarge. Incoming. Here they come. This is a big one.
It just feels like a lot more of a shooter game than the other ones did. Like the other ones were a platformer with the shooting side to them, and like the second one was still that. Like it was like, you know, it was a platformer with a shooting side to it, and now this one just really just feels like a shooter
That's the last of them. Black
that
water
has like a
seals
platforming side to it, like it's tilted over and gone the other way.
That was a close one, Sarge. Thanks for the backup. I tripped over these gravity boots while I was running from
Oh, gravity boots! You just get them. There we go. Remember that when they call them magnet boots or whatever in the other one? And see all the way the missions are connecting together, like they feel a bit just disconnected, a bit more, you know, not more about, okay, we're on to this part and then continuing on with the story. It's just, you know, do this level, as opposed to the story unfolding, like in the first two. Definitely feels like there's a bit of a lack of effort with this one.
Oh man, this job is too much fun.
shit. Jeez, that got killed pretty quickly. Oh, stuff off. Oh, there's more health. There's just so much health around in this game as well. Doesn't feel like I'm struggling for it. Not at all. I remember playing the arena a lot in this game, but I think it might have been playing it after the fact of like the story.
How about that, folks?
Even though I've already done it a bit in the story of this game.
Arena combat.
Oh, this is one of those actual champions we're actually going up against in now.
We have a new champion.
And I just took him out like that. That felt like almost too easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand for
Well, I'm almost feeling like this one's easier, eh?
first edition Quark video comic. And here to present the grand prize, the incredible,
You murdered a giant robot and worked your way through all this gauntlet and everything. You know what your reward is? A video game.
Play this right. Surely just right to Dr. Nefarious. Better let me do the talking. It is an honor for you to meet me. I mean, to meet you, Miss Gears. Hi. Hi.
My, you're even more gorgeous in person than you are on the Hollow, Agent Clank. I've got a few secrets of my own that might need your special investigation.
Yes, I will report your concerns to the proper authorities.
Oh, Agent Clank, you always know exactly what to say to a woman. You know, I'd do anything to play a part in one of your Hollow films.
That could be arranged, Miss Gears.
It's almost like, wouldn't it have been funny if like Ratchet is in Clank's like films, like the fact that he's not in them at all, is like he's completely just not allowed in that. Like for some reason they don't want to make him a film star, but for some reason Clank can be a film star, but like,
Anything you want to know.
or a hollow star, I should say.
Meet me
But
at All Stars
well, they still say hollow film, so they still use the word film, even though film should be so ancient by this point. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, that Ratchet's not even like just a, you know, a supporting character or something, or Ratchet's his sidekick or something in those things, you know? They could have done that. I'll go do the vid comic first. Yeah, it's it feels a bit meh, this game, to be honest, compared to the first two. I'm really getting that feeling that's coming across in droves.
I heard somebody has the latest vid comic in the Quark versus Nefarious series. Would that somebody hurry up and finish it already?
Shut up.
Hey, the cafeteria, they'll be serving.
Episode 3, Shadow of the Robot.
It is funny how you happen to get them in order, be given them in order as well.
Circle to fire my blaster. Hold down R1 and
You actually
hold the
have to
left
shoot
analog
them more
stick
than
for
once as
precision
well.
aiming.
Oh shit, what the fuck is going on there? Oh fuck sakes.
After we kill
Where are they all really actually coming from? They're just coming out of like the wall. That seems a bit bullshit. Oh, they come in like a sequence, okay. Oh, can you actually destroy those things?
Press circle to fire my blaster. Hold down R1 and move the left analog stick for precision aiming.
Are they meant to come to a stop? Is that what's... Like you meant to... There's only... Yeah, there we go. That door opens when you kill enough of them. Ah. What? I don't really take notice that fire just sort of moving around the platform for some reason. Whatever that reason is. Oh, I actually ran out of ammo. Shit. Shit. I'm actually almost dead. More ammo. Could do with more health. I'm gonna die, I know it. I know, play at the start of the bloody game. Yes, he did. Be able to start at the start of the fucking thing. Oh no, no I don't. Sweet, I'm right there. And your health goes up. See, that's a bit too easy. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I am, I guess. Means I get through the game quicker, but, you know, it does feel like the difficulty's just turned to nothing on this. Overall. Oh, fuck off. Oh, whatever. What, do you actually earn bolts in the video game? That'd be nice if earning video games made you money. Wouldn't that be nice?
I am the greatest genius the galaxy has ever...
Okay. Was that that? That was that game. Wow. Yeah, wow, that's really... I don't remember the crazy difference of like difficulties and everything in this game, compared to like when I was playing them as a kid. Like I don't remember like the... You know, the first one being like kind of as hard as it was and all that, and I forgot about the strafing, the lack of a strafing function, and then I remember there being a strafing function, but I forgot that like the first one didn't have it, and the second and third did, and then also like how the first one's quite hard, and then the second one's hard as well, but it at least has the strafing function, but it's still quite hard. But then that the third one just seems so easy, and just how it's so streamlined and everything. I didn't really pick up on that as much. Back then, but like I'm really getting it now. I remember noticing certain things that allude to that in a way, but like I'm really sort of picking up on that in quite a technical way that I didn't back then. And it's just you know, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing in a way, this third one, because it's kind of like so just sort of meh, just by the numbers, just like, yeah, do another one. Like this is like a latter Assassin's Creed game, you know, like the first two are one of the first few or something, and then this is like a you know, not quite Black Flag, but getting close to it, you know? Like, this is one of those ones where it's just, yeah, just keep cranking them out, you know? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare or something, you know, or whatever, like some random Call of Duty Ghost or something, you know, some real just, you know, just pump out another one, get another one out there. I'll be back. Oh, shit. Careful with the microphone. What are you doing? This might also be the one with the least amount of streams, I'm just realising. You know, you think like if I'm already, whatever, how far I'm up through it, you know. I feel like I'm at least I'm at least halfway through the game, but at half, you know, at this point. But I've hit that point for sure. The PlayStation 2 disc of Ratchet and Clank 3 contains a demo for Sly 2, Band of Thieves. This can be accessed by holding L1, L2, R1 and R2 and pressing start on the main menu. I wonder if if I can access that. Not that I'm desperate to, but you know, that'd just be interesting. Demos, that was a thing that like doesn't really exist nowadays, like demos of games. I think I've seen that sometimes on PlayStation Network. Really, I think, and I don't even know if they still do them now, but a few years ago, I feel like I remember seeing a demo here or there or something, but not to the same capacity, and it must have only been like a very few demos that were out there of games. But back in the day, demos were like this huge thing, where you'd just be like a level of a game or something, and it was a great way to like sell a game, because you're like, I don't know if I want to buy that game, and you play the demo and you just get a sense of the gameplay and everything and think if you want to invest further into it, you know. And now it's gone. They're just like, no, we just know people will buy it, or if they don't, stuff them. But demos, I felt like were a good you know, sort of yeah, way to get people into it. So where am I? Up to yeah, there's still a ways to go, but you know, I feel like I've done I'm definitely at the sort of, I think at like about a halfway-ish point. Like I'm progressing through this game a lot further than we did on the first two, where sort of there was a point where I thought, oh yeah, like I must be right at the end, and then it was like there was still quite a bit to go. And I'd already, you know, played through so much of it.
I'd like everyone to congratulate Scrunch the Monkey on his promotion.
And those sort of other optional missions to do, they're really just sort of an arena thing and a collect a lot of the same thing. You know, sewer crystals, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's, do this optional mission or do that, you know, and it's specific, like, unique tasks. It's like, well, like the other games had, it's just more of a, you know, collect all of these, or, you know. Hollistar Studios.
Jeeves, activate the cloaking device.
With pleasure, sir. Now you see us. Now you. Oh, crud.
Oh, so he is in the film. There we go. Is he in the other ones, or is he only in this one?
Take up basket weaving. You're fired.
You're fired.
All right, this is the part where you take out the henchman, then chase Maximilian out of the bar. Try to make it look real, all right? Action!
Oh, so when you shoot the gun, it doesn't do anything. But what, I can actually beat them up.
Oh, you got the stuff, kid.
So you can actually beat them up, but you can't actually shoot them. It just, like, not sure if I understand that.
Okay, Clank is hot on his tail. Maximilian tries to shake him off in rush hour.
Oh, what? Good.
One more time, people, like we rehearsed it. And action!
Oh, you got the stuff, kid. Now get to Maximilian's office before he can make his escape. Okay, Clank is hot on his tail. Maximilian tries to shake him off in rush hour traffic. All right, I love a good chase scene. All right, you're doing great, kid. Now,
Sort of chase scene, that just feels like the most generic shit.
In the casino parking lot.
What is this? Oh, it's the monkey. Is that the most bogus films?
Clank and the monkey must put aside their differences and work together to reach that ledge. Let's see some
Oh, the
real
gun,
action
yeah.
out there, okay?
These must be like the most like bogus films. This must be like in Boogie Nights when like they're filming like what they think is like an actual, when they're trying to do an actual movie and they think it's like great. And they're like, we might have made something real, you know, that's something really great. And it's like, it's just the most trash shit.
The bridge is out. Think fast. How would Agent Clank get across?
Where's the monkey? Where's the monkey? Oh. Let me guess, the monkey like jumps over. Oh, can you just aim? I feel like he wants to try and aim at everything but.
It's called acting, Clank. Look it up.
Shut up. Why is he going back over? Like, what are you doing? God damn. Working with monkeys, eh? Can be difficult. Animals and children, apparently. More of those come along? Yep, here we go. Oh look, Clank only has 4 health. Shamed. What is this, Ratchet and Clank 1? The monkey. Oh, I can hit the monkey. Beat the hell out of it. You simian.
Okay, this is it, people. The grand finale. Giant Clank versus the Terror of Talos. Don't screw this up, kid. Action! That's what I'm talking about!
Just smash the whole set around. Oh, you can shoot when you're over there. Okay.
All right, you, the giant ninjas!
What the giant ninjas? Where is that guy? Where's that thing though? The whatever. The boss thing I'm supposed to be. Has he actually gone for a little bit while I kill these things? Oh yeah, you're supposed to kill a certain number.
Hit him with the Kung Fu Clank!
Kung Fu Clank. Into the robot. Oh what, and then it just goes to 12. I feel like there's an insane, I'd hit those guys with an insane amount of rockets, missiles, whatever.
Lay into him! That's it, Clank! Kick some
might actually die doing this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I died. Yeah, because stupid, like, literally, I'm chewing, like, that seems bullshit. That's then weirdly, somehow randomly weirdly, just tilted. I think basically just punch the ninjas, I think.
You, the giant ninja!
Oh, you can keep following them, I think. You disappear or what? Those fucking things stop shooting. Oh my god, hit them then or something. Jesus, mate. Where's the other two ninjas? Jesus, everything, there's just every single thing is a fucking... Ugh. Where's the bag going?
For the Kung Fu Clank!
Then there's just casually another 12. I think that's a bit bullshit, you're trying to dodge it and then they still kind of keep hitting you. I think that's a bit... I think that's a bit fun. Yeah, good, just get me out of this battle.
Take 5, people!
All in a day's work.
Cut! Printed! That's a wrap, people!
Steven Spielbolts.
Your box office Raritanium Clank! Even the critics are gonna love it!
You have no idea what a thrill it is to be rescued by a big hunk of titanium alloy like yourself.
Perhaps now you will tell me what Dr. Nefarious is planning.
Well, she is a
I have
robo
better
whore.
idea. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Oh hell.
I have a present for you.
Did that screen just come out from out of him? What?
I told you to stop calling me that! Just bring me Agent Clank!
Of course, darling.
Where am I? Is someone there? I seem to...
Agent Clank, it is an honor to finally make your acquaintance. I have been following your exploits ever since your first mission, when you defeated the mind-stealing snot beasts from Dimension X.
I believe there has been a misunderstanding. Secret Agent Clank is merely a fictional character I play on the horror video.
Lies! Squishy
What?
I can't. It's not right. You're my cousin's uncle's son.
Huh. Well,
hero to
He's got a screw loose, quite literally.
Yet you deny your own destiny. You choose to bow and scrape before the squishies. Where is your
The squishies.
pride in who you are, Agent Clank?
Oh, so he's robo-racist.
Forms have as much right to inhabit this galaxy as we do.
He's racist against all organic life.
Join me, and together we will rule an entire galaxy.
Oh, I'm getting tired actually. This might be a good point to
Traitor to your own kind, and follow
leave
your
it be.
beloved squishies into the black hole of oblivion.
Nice sort of story point. Actually, something happening in the story, a legitimate story progression. Meanwhile, back at Clank's trailer.
Clank should have been back by now. What could be taking him so long?
Oh hell. That was a bit sort of just casually. Kind of the irony as well that like he has a problem with or squishies or whatever, or organic life, yet he sort of is using an army of organic things. Like, you know what I mean? You would have thought he'd have like robots, which he seems to have some, but like the fact he's got these things, like it just sort of doesn't quite line up with his, you know, modus operandi. Kill you. Sometimes there's just so many of them and you're shooting at them and that, and you can't see their ammo just coming your way necessarily. See, another time there where my max health went up, but it didn't go back up to full though. So, just one of those things. Oh, fuck. Oh, 18 damage, mate. It's almost like, why give me so much health if it just still, you know, the values are like that, the way they are? The quantity, you know, the percentages, or whatever you want to call it. Jesus, it's quite the assault that they're trying to launch upon just Ratchet, you know, on his own. It's funny there's just a vendor right there. Like, so often they do that, like just have a vendor, you know, just right there in the midst of a battle. I feel like you encounter quite a few vendors as well in this one, and your ammo always seems to be getting topped up. I'm not running out of ammo the way I would in the other ones. I never really seem to be struggling for it. Which was almost a part of the strategy as well of it though, you know, that you'd be like, oh fuck, okay, I'm going to make sure I use this weapon this way or that one that way. You've got to be careful with how you use them, so you're not just draining ammo into, you know, enemies that don't really, it's not best suited against. So you can't let the red ones get to the outer bit, but the green ones I think you can. It's a weight, you know what I mean? You just not collected it is all. But the and another one. It's funny that Christopher Nolan recently, I'm just randomly thinking about this, how he said that he likes some of the Fast and the Furious movies. He likes the Fast and the Furious movies, and I think certain ones in particular. And just the idea that, like, him being excited, you know, just talking to someone, asking him, some interviewer asking him about, so, you know, like, because in the 9th one they actually went into space, but then like asking him about, you know, so, Christopher Nolan, you've done all these movies, the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar. You know, but you've got a love for film, you know, itself. So, when do you think the Fast and the Furious franchise will go into space? Oh, for fuck's sakes. I didn't realise I could shoot through that. That's some BS. They shouldn't need to do the puzzles. I'd be spewing if you had to redo the puzzles after dying, eh? That'd really grind my gears. Oh, stuff off. Just the rate at which sometimes stuff happens at the ammo. See that? Went up to full health that time. Was there a guy there or what? They're like an extra thing now when I shoot the missiles, those things come out. I don't really feel like I'm noticing as eclectic a sort of soundtrack in this one. Even though these mini games, the puzzles have like their own difficulty to them, they're definitely I'd probably say the easiest out of the door puzzles that the Ratchet and Clank games have. Like I haven't failed. I think I only accidentally failed one before, but by and large, they've basically just been a cakewalk. I was trying to do the heli-pack thing. It's like I haven't got Clank on my back. I'm aware of that, so why was I? Oh, whatever. That's bullshit. So the speed at which those guys shoot is, I think, and then see, he's not aiming at it. Oh, it's actually kind of painful. Quite like the army that somehow they just managed to have roll up on this whole film set, that like there was no one like alerting them to this. There was no sort of I don't know, just. Yeah, I don't really feel like a desire to even do those sort of berserker mode crates. And I got more health. Of course, you've got to fight them through different sets. Anytime there's a gunfight, like there's a battle, like some sort of fight scene or something at a movie studio, you've got to like go through different sets. It couldn't just be at a trailer, like in it. It's got to like incorporate the different sets. You've got to. He felt a bit geared up ready to shoot there, like.
Clank, where have you been? I thought something happened to you.
I was having my sprockets lubed.
You picked a fine time for a tune-up. Where's Courtney Gears?
Doesn't seem to remember.
Miss Gears has left the planet.
What? What about Nefarious? Did she tell you where he is?
Dr. Nefarious is aboard a star cruiser called the Leviathan.
Okay.
Um,
Nice job.
okay.
Clank. So, I'll just call Sasha
It's a
and
bit
have
like
her track
what?
down that star cruiser.
Ooh, red eyes. Old red eyes. Got to catch the red eye. Where's that take you? Go to Clank's trailer, okay. Are there other missions to find Skid? It looks like Skid's been kidnapped. Return to the Obani moons and save him.
Hey, Skid.
Oh,
how's
is
the
that-
stakeout going?
Awesome. A few minutes ago, this totally tricked out space limo rolls up, and dude, you won't believe who was in it. Courtney Gears.
Didn't they just say he's been
Were you
kidnapped?
spotted?
No way, man. I've been staying out of sight, keeping a low profile. I'm like a shadow, dude.
And you're sure it was her?
Totally. She even autographed my t-shirt.
Ugh.
You know how much this thing is worth?
Skid, get out of there.
Hold on a sec, bro. Somebody's coming. Hey, if you dudes are here about the shirt, the bidding starts at 300 bolts. Whoa, chill out, man.
Oh, so we got to see the mission of him being kidnapped before he got kidnapped. That's kind of badly made. Yeah, this game feels a little bit like sort of just, you know, it's not quite like the first two. It's just a little bit sort of stuccoed together. Like they're just, yeah, you got to do another one. Like they cranked out the second one came out the year after the first one. They felt like they could improve upon the first one and that, and then this one really feels like, oh, just hastily, you know, glue some crap together. Okay, I'm gonna save the game. How long have we been playing this one for? 4 hours in total. And I feel like yeah, where was I up to? There's still a bit to go, but yeah, I'm sort of definitely, I think. Most of the way. Through the game for sure. Like if there's say how many? 1, 2. Hang on, what was it? 1, 2. 3, 4. There's about 4 pages of like plot synopsis, you know, plot summary for this game. There's only like 1 and about 1.5 left to go. So I'm over halfway through this game, definitely. And the last sort of page as well that plot synopsis is sort of... Oh, there's not a ton at the end that's actually not playable. It looks like only a little bit of it is sort of video. But yeah, it's just crazy how far through it I already am. So... So on goes Ratchet and Clank 3. Interesting little sort of, I don't know, strange experience to be having with this trilogy. You know, with the first one and then the second, which felt like sort of, you know, it was such a great sort of improvement upon the first, which was a great game, but it had little bugs and things, you know, that could be improved upon it that I noticed. And then the second one, definitely, they consciously improved upon all that stuff. And then in this third one, it's like just meh, and just feels a bit rushed, and not like rushed in the way of like unfinished, but just very, like they've just made it, you know, it's a lot sort of more rushed the way that they've sort of tried to repeat a lot of stuff, like with these arena sort of battles going on and stuff, and your missions that take place where you're just fighting waves of guys in this little area, you know, and then that's a ton of missions all just wrapped up in this one little thing, and because they're just trying to stretch it, you know, not stretch out, I'm trying to explain it, you know, just do as little as possible almost, you know, so it's not that it's unfinished, it's just they tried to like do as little as possible but while still trying to sell you a whole other game. So it's yeah, saved, of course I did, just always like to make sure and then make sure again. But yeah, it's an interesting like and just I don't ever remember it like being like they say like as a kid, so it's just interesting like having that sort of feelings of it, that it was like oh is this all it is, you know. I just sort of took it for what it was, like oh, it's another Ratchet and Clank game. Whereas now I'm sort of looking at it more objectively, I'm like, you know, like it's not the same experience, especially after playing them wham bam one after the other. I'm even noticing it more, and also, you know, like I say, just being more objective about it and playing them so kind of one after the other. But yeah, I think that this might be the third time's the charm, where the third stream might be the final stream. So stay tuned. We'll see how, you know, difficult the final boss turns out to be in that one. But till then, we'll which actually thinking about it, that'll probably finish up this weekend. So